Hi, I'm Katrina, your Pilates teacher at KN Pilates. Welcome to Get Started with Pilates, your 31-day journey towards a daily Pilates practice. Today is day 4, so let's begin. Today we start in supine, lying on our back with the feet hip width and parallel, the knees hip width, and have your hands on your rib-hip connection, so your thumbs by your lower ribs, your little fingers by your hip bones, and the shoulders relax down. You might want to have a small cushion under your head just to keep the neck in near neutral. And then we start with our pelvic tilts. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out to gently imprint the lower back into the floor. And then breathe in to gently arch the back away. Breathe out to imprint. Keep the hips on the floor so we're not actually lifting away. We're just letting the pelvis tilt one way and then the other way. And if in doubt, breathe. And maybe just notice how your rib-hip connection is changing. The distance between your lower ribs and your hip bones comes bit closer together here and then stretches out a bit on that extension. One more of these. Imprint and arch away. And then find your neutral spine and pelvis. So here we're somewhere in the middle. The hip flexors of the muscles around the hip are quite relaxed. And then we come into our arm circle, so the arms are by your sides, and then breathe and reach the arms back. Stay away from the floor. And then breathe out to circle around and just see how the shoulders feel today. Breathe in and out. Make sure not to arch the back. Try to keep the ribs in. One more this way around. And then we reverse these. We breathe in, reach back. And out, and you might find that that feels a bit different in the shoulder joints, so if that's too much to stay with the other version, that's absolutely fine as well. Good. Last one of these. And then release. Good. We then bring the feet and the knees together and the arms a little bit further out, so they're a bit diagonally away from us. And really notice your shoulder blades underneath you. Now we'll go into hip rolls. So we roll the hip, basically. So we want to come up and over. One foot comes away from the floor, the knees stay glued together, and then the opposite shoulder stays on the floor as well, with ease. So if you have to put a lot of effort into keeping your shoulder down, you're probably going a little bit too far. Yeah. So here again, we're not aiming to get the knees all the way down to the floor. We just want to create that nice rotation in the spine. And always start quite small with these, see how they feel, get an idea of what we're trying to do here, and then just gradually maybe increase the range of movement where that's comfortable. So you breathe in as you're still. Breathe out as you're moving, draw the navel in a little bit. So you can see one foot is coming off, but I'm not arching my back, so I'm trying to keep that neutral length in the spine. Breathe in as you're still. Breathe out as you're moving. Breathe in here. Breathe out to return. So one foot comes away. The knees stay together, the spine stays long, and then that opposite shoulder stays on the floor. Just mobilizing the spine in rotation. Draw the navel in just a little bit on that rotation as well. Last two of these. We then bring the feet hip width again and the hands onto the rib-hip connection, and then maybe have the feet a bit closer towards your hip bones. We'll go into spine curl, so you breathe in to prepare, breathe out, gently imprint, and now we continue lifting the hips away from the floor, gradually peeling the spine away from the mat or the carpet, wherever you are, and then breathe in here, breathe out to roll back down. If possible, gently imprint and then release into neutral. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And here again, we just have the hands on the rib-hip connection for feedback. So you notice the rib-hip connection shortens. We then roll up. Then find that neutral here, so we're not going too far, and then rolling back down. You can do this with the arms on the floor. That's always an option as well, if you prefer. You can try that out. And then maybe send your focus to your feet. So you want to push the feet down gently throughout the exercise. So the toes tend to want to curl away. Try to keep the toes and the heels evenly on the floor. And the other thing that often happens is that the knees just want to sort of splay out. So we just have to use the inner thighs just a little bit to keep the knees pointing forwards over the toes. Good. One more of these. And then this time we stay up here. So you stay in bridge. Again, you can have the arms on the floor or the hands on your rib-hip connection. And then breathe into the rib cage. So we're breathing into the ribs, but keep the navel drawn in just a little bit. The tiny connection. So as we're breathing, the belly isn't going up and down, but you feel the rib cage open and close. You might feel your shoulder blades underneath you that you're leaning on. And just do a few of those. Breathing into the ribs and out. And if at any point this is getting a little bit too much, you can always roll back down. Yes, I'm not going to stay here for too long. Keep the feet pushing down a bit, send the knees forwards. One more breath. And then breathe in, stretch the arms away. And breathe out, gently roll the spine back down, bit by bit, bone by bone. And then extend the legs as well. Have a bit of a stretch here. Good. Place the feet back onto the floor. Have your hands behind your head. And then we'll go into a teeny tiny curl up. So Pilates curl ups are quite different from maybe the usual crunches or sit-ups that you're used to. So here we focus a little bit more on sort of the detail, trying to flex the spine. So you want to start by bringing the chin in. So we lengthen the back of the neck. Then we draw the ribs to the hips, lifting the shoulders up. So it's not my arms pushing me up. I'm just shortening that rib-hip connection, drawing the navel in, and then slowly rolling back down, and then relax. Breathe in as you tuck the chin in. Breathe out. Slowly lift head and shoulders. Draw the navel in. Breathe in here. Breathe out to slowly roll back down, and then release. So here again, you want to breathe into the ribs, not the belly. So you breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe into the rib cage. And breathe out to lower back down. One more of those. Tuck the chin in. roll up, breathe in here, and roll back down. Good, fabulous. We then just go for a little bit of a mobilizing of the hip and the knee and a little bit of a stretch. So you want to draw the knee in towards you as far as it will go, and then push the leg away, flex the foot, push through the heel as far as you can with the knee fully extended, so we don't keep the knee bent. You want to find that full extension. And just see for yourself where that is for you. This can be quite low, somewhere around here maybe, or maybe if your hamstrings are a little bit more flexible, you might be able to push the foot a bit more towards the ceiling. Yeah, and either one is fine. Doesn't matter. I'm not concerned with how far your knee is getting towards your nose. What I just want you to work with is really drawing that knee in and then pushing the leg away to a full extension. And then try to keep the spine quite still, so we're not actually pushing it back down or arching away or anything like that. Yeah. Breathe in and out. One more on this side. Good. Then place the foot back down. Same on the other side. So you breathe in, hug the knee in, and then breathe out and extend the leg. And you might find that it's a bit different on this side. So very often one side feels quite different from the other. It might be the same for you today, and that's fine as well. Good. Breathe in and out. Really push through that heel. Create that connection. And one more. Place the foot back down, and we're done.